Shabbat Shalom. How's everybody? Good, bad? Good? Great? Satisfactory, that's the... Yeah, see, that's coming directly through the... That sound the same, huh? Can y'all hear me in the back? Can y'all hear me in the kitchen? Mo. 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 Wave your hand if you can hear me. One moment, please.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. All right. I got a little echo or something.
Yeah, we gotta maybe adjust the effects, maybe. Yeah, like them joints up top.
Check one. Check one. Yeah, it sound like reverb or something. Check one. Check it, check. All right, I can deal with it. Check 1 2 1 2. Check one. Check 1 2. Do it back the other way.
Yeah, it was getting better.
Check one.
Keep going.
Check one. One, 2. Check.
Other way.
Check one. That sound good. Check one. All right. This is titled The Garbage Man. Couple of questions. What makes something garbage? Straightforward question. No longer useful to you? Messed up, defective. So when something is trash or garbage, where does it go? When something is trash or garbage, where does it go? The garbage. So once it leaves your street or your block, what happens to it? Okay. Or what? Or burned up. So everything that goes in to the garbage is garbage?
It just depends.
So when somebody throws a baby in the garbage, Is the baby garbage? All right. Let's keep these things in mind. Give me Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Can I get some mayim, some water up here, please? Galatians chapter 6, verse 7.
The book of Galatians, chapter 6 at verse 7. Be not deceived. Elohim is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap.
That shall he what?
Also reap.
What does it mean, whatsoever a man sows, he will reap? What does that mean? So, if you sow wickedness, what should you expect to reap? Okay. Y'all a sharp crowd. Get me Revelation chapter 13, verse 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity
Shall what?
shall go into captivity.
Hold on, read that one more time.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity.
Does that sound like reaping what you've sown? It says, if any man leads into captivity shall he go. Read.
He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Read that one more time.
He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword.
So the same thing that you kill somebody with, you must be killed with it. This is the sowing and reaping thing that it's speaking about. So whatever it is that you do, this is what comes back to you. Let me ask y'all a question. Why did Yah kill the Egyptians' firstborn? So we see all the way back here, we have the same thing, right? The sowing and the reaping. Let's get Exodus. Chapter 12, verse 29.
The book of Exodus, chapter 12 at verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahuwah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on the throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon.
That was where?
That was in the dungeon.
So right here, he's killed a firstborn, from the greatest to the animals. Let's get Exodus chapter 1, verse 13.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 at verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
Was with what?
With rigor.
Was with rigor. So when you're doing work in the field, What all have to be involved in this work in the field? What's all the different people, tools, and whatnot? How would you break up the ground? How do you till it? With a tool, right? Would the animals have anything to do with this? Right. So while they also mistreating the people, they also doing it to the animal as well, right? So we see that he didn't stop at just the firstborn son. He went to the animals as well. Bear with me with this. Read on.
Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Sephara, and the name of the other was Puah, and said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
She shall what?
She shall live.
She shall live. So he's just put this decree out. So in Exodus 12, Yah is returning the favor over what you've done. Why did Yah order all of Amalek to be destroyed? Why did he order for all of Amalek to be destroyed? He's returning the favor. Let's get 1 Samuel 15, verse 1.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, Yahuwah sent me to anoint you to be king over his people, over Israel. Now, therefore, hearken you unto the voice of the words of Yahuwah. Thus says Yahuwah of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
I do what?
I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
So it's something that Amalek did to our people, and I remember it. Read.
How he laid in wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have.
And do what?
And utterly destroy all that they have.
So the reason why he's doing this with Amalek is because Amalek laid in wait of our people and snuck up behind and started killing off the elderly and anybody that they could pick off. So a lot of people read this story and say, how could a God do this type of stuff? But they don't really get it. Amalek them also have a God that's fighting on their behalf. All of the other nations got a God that's fighting on their behalf. So we're going to see some stuff. We're going to peep out some character. Get me John chapter 8 at verse 34.
The book of John chapter 8 at verse 34. Yeshua answered them, Truly, truly, I say unto you, whosoever commits sin is the servant of sin.
Is the what?
Is the servant of sin. And the servant abides not in the house forever, but the Son abides forever.
How long does the Son abide?
The Son abides ever.
Read.
If the Son, therefore, shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. I know that you are Abraham's seed.
He acknowledged that these people are Abraham's seed. This is him acknowledging that these people are of the bloodline of Abraham, right? So you keep this in mind. In blood, these are, quote unquote, our cousins. Read.
I know that you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to kill me.
But you do what?
But you seek to kill me.
But you seek to kill me. So Abraham's own other children is seeking to kill him. Would these people be looked at and viewed as Yah's children? Why not? But they Abraham's seed. So Mashiach acknowledged that they come from Abraham. So they wouldn't be Yah's children. Okay? Read on.
I know that you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to kill me, because my word have no place in you. I speak that which I have seen with my father, and you do that which you have seen with your father.
Oh, who? Wait a minute. So it's two fathers. He says, I do that which I've seen of my father, and you do that which you've seen of your father. But he just said that they were Abraham's seed. So how can they have different fathers? So it's two fathers. Okay, read on.
They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua said unto them, if you were Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham.
But he just said that they were. But now he's telling them, you ain't his seed. I'm an innocent man, but y'all trying to kill me. Read on.
Verse 40, but now you seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I've heard of Elohim. This did not Abraham. You do the deeds of your father.
You do the deeds of who?
Your father.
Read.
Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one father, even Elohim. Yeshua said unto them.
So they think that Yah is their father, though. But Mashiach is telling them directly, no, he is not. And I, being here, am not. Read on.
Then he said unto them, then they said unto, verse 42, Yeshua said unto them, if Elohim were your father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from Elohim. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? You are of your father, the devil.
Of who?
Of your father, the devil.
Wow. So the other father is who?
The devil.
It's the devil. So even though y'all come from the same bloodline and the same family tree, he acknowledging that y'all are of the devil. That's some heavy words, ain't it?
Indeed.
For Mashiach to look you dead in your face and tell you your father is the devil. What verse you at?
44.
Read on.
And the lusts of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was what?
A murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning. So it's showing us that he's saying that your father is from the beginning, and he was a murderer from the beginning. Where did Cain get the murderer's nature from? It tells that Cain was of the wicked one. So where did Cain get his murderous nature from? From his father, right? This don't just happen. You got this from somewhere. And that same murderous nature been passed down throughout generations after generations after generations, the same murderous tendency been passed down. Read on.
He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
There's no what?
No truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks of his own.
He do what?
When he speaks a lie, he speaks of his own.
So when he told Adam and Eve, you shall not surely die, where did that come from? It come from himself, because you were the murderer from the beginning. Right? I want us to really, really listen in to this. So when you do abomination type things, it shows into your character. So it's some things that you would think that's not abominations. We're going to show you that they are. And we're going to introduce a character that's all throughout the book. We got to find out who this character is. Let's go to Judges chapter 19 and verse 20.
The book of Judges, chapter 19 at verse 20. And the old man said, peace be with you. Howsoever, let all your wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street. So he brought him into his house and gave provender unto the donkeys. And they washed their feet and did eat and drink. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city.
What is making their hearts merry? They was having a little opulence. Read on.
Now when they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial.
Certain sons of who?
Belial.
Certain sons of Belial. So while they're in their house making merry, it says the men of the city, and then it says certain sons of Belial. Read.
Beset the house round about, and beat on the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into your house.
Do what?
Bring forth the man that came into your house.
When you hear this phrase, where should your mind go when you hear this? Yeah. Sodom and Gomorrah. Because it's the exact same thing that's taking place. The exact same thing. So it says, certain sons of Belial did this. Read that from that part again.
Now, verse 22, now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about, and beat on the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into your house, that we may know him.
That we may what?
That we may know him.
So what? But this is men with other men. They're trying to get other men to come out to know them. What kind of men are these? But I want you to see it called them what? Sons of Belial. So is it safe to say that the men of Sodom and Gomorrah were also the sons of Belial? Keep this in mind as we walk through this. So we see that these people had a abnormal lust in the wrong way. And this is sons of Belial. Let's check rebellion. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 12.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, at verse 12. If you shall hear, if you shall hear, say in one of your cities, which Yahuwah your Elohim have given you to dwell there, saying, certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you.
Oh, who went out again? The children of Belial have went out again. So we see the children of Belial are trying to do the homosexual thing right here. Let's see what they doing here. Read.
Certain men of the children of Belial are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their city, saying, let us go and serve other elves.
Let us do what?
Let us go and serve other elves.
So we see that they are after the homosexual thing, and now they are trying to lead away the children of Israel to go astray from Yah. Would you say that these are good people? So it says that they are the sons of Belial. And here they are now trying to lead away people from the true Elohim to follow in their own ways. What verse you at?
14.
Read on.
Then shall you inquire and make search and ask diligently, and behold, if it be truth, and the thing certain that such abomination is wrought among you.
Such what?
Abomination is wrought among you.
So I want you to notice, he says, while them trying to lead you away, he considers it what? An abomination. Usually when we think of an abomination, we think of just the homosexual thing. But right here, if they're leading you away, this is an abomination. All right? Keep this in mind. Read.
You shall surely smite the inhabitants of the city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof with the edge of the sword. And you shall gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street thereof, and shall burn it with fire.
And shall do what with it?
Shall burn it with fire.
Again, what do you do with trash? Burn it. I want y'all to keep this in mind. So we see two instances of these sons of Belial, right? So we got to figure out who this is. Let's get 2 Chronicles, chapter 13, verse 1.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 13, at verse 1. Now, in the 18th year of King Jeroboam, began Abijah to reign over Judah. He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Micaiah, the daughter of Uriel and Gibeah. And there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. And Abijah set the battle in array with the army of valiant men of war, even 400,000 chosen men. Jeroboam also set the battle in array against him with 800,000 chosen men, being mighty men of valor. And Abijah stood up upon Mount Zemaraim, which is Mount Ephraim, and said, hear me, you Jeroboam, and all Israel. Ought you not to know that Yahuwah Elohim of Israel gave the kingdom of Israel to David forever, even to him and to his sons by covenant of salt? Yet Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, the son of David, is risen up and have rebelled against against his master. And there are gathered unto him vain men.
What kind of men?
Vain men.
Vain men. So Yah has a will here but all of a sudden, a bunch of vain men are coming in. Let's see what they do. Read.
Yet Jeroboam, verse 6, yet Jeroboam, son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, son of David, is risen up and have rebelled against his master.
He did what?
Had rebelled against his master.
He has rebelled against his master. Who is his master? Remember, he's talking about Yah has set somebody over this to be this forever. But all of a sudden, right, but all of a sudden it says that this person has rebelled. Read.
And there are gathered unto him vain men, the children of Belial.
The children of who?
Of Belial.
The children of Belial. So if any man comes along and tries to stop Yah's will from happening, what is he? Who is he?
Son of Belial.
He's the son of Belial. I want y'all to get this in. If you try to stop Yah's will from taking place, you automatically become a son of Belial. Certain vain men. Read on.
And there are gathered unto him vain men, the children of Belial, and have strengthened themselves against Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, when Rehoboam was young and tender-hearted and could not withstand them. And now you think to withstand the kingdom of Yahuwah, when the hand of the sons of David, and you be a great multitude, and there are with you golden calves, which Jeroboam made you for gods. Have you not cast out the priests of Yahuwah, the sons of Aharon, and the Levites, and have made you priests after the manner of the nations of other lands? So that whosoever comes to consecrate himself with a young bullock and 7 rams, the same may be a priest of them that are no gods. But as for us, Yahuwah is our Elohim, and we have not forsaken him. And the priests which minister unto Yahuwah are the sons of Aharon, and the Levites wait upon their business.
Do what?
Wait upon their business.
So we see that these men are trying to stop the will of Yah, to stop it from coming to pass, just like when Solomon lost the kingdom. He tried to stop Rehoboam from getting the job done. He tried to stop the will of Yah from happening. So anybody do any of these things that we mentioned, they automatically become the sons of Belial. All right? Hope it's sinking in. Let's get First Samuel 1, verse 11.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 1, at verse 11. Then David took hold on his clothes and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. And 1 Samuel, chapter 1. Y'all sharp. Okay. Test over. Y'all got it. Told you they was going to get it out.
Oh, y'all pay attention to the camera. He kicked my foot and told me y'all was going to do that. See?
Oh, they was paying attention.
We on one accord.
You never know. We never know when we going to throw a curveball at y'all. Be careful. Be on your toes. Stay on your toes. First Samuel, chapter 1, verse 11. And she vowed a vow and said, O Yahuwah of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your handmaiden, and remember me, and not forget your handmaid, but wilt give unto your handmaid a man-child, then I will give him unto Yahuwah.
This is Samson's mother speaking right here. Read.
All the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head. And it shall come to pass, as she continued praying before Yahuwah, that Eli marked her mouth. Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard.
So she's speaking in her heart, asking for these things, but there's no sound, and her mouth is moving. Read.
Therefore, Eli thought she had been drunken.
He thought she was what?
She thought she was wasted.
So Eli, the priest, or I don't know if this him, but he thinks she's drinking. Read on.
And Eli said unto her, How long will you be drunken? Put away that wine.
How long will you be drunk? So because she's speaking in her heart, but her mouth is moving, he perceives that she is drunk. Read.
Put away that wine from you. And Hannah answered and said, No, my master, I am a woman of a sorrowful ruach. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before Yahuwah. Count not your handmaid for a daughter of Belial.
Count my what?
Count not your handmaid for a daughter of Belial.
So it's not just a gender thing, because she says, because he think that she is drunk, she said, don't count me as a daughter of Belial. So what is this telling you about the people of Belial? They what? So she think.
That's funny.
So because of this, she says, you think I'm a daughter of Belial. So I want you to think this is not just the regular type of drunkenness where you drinking because you try to drink away your sorrows, right? This is like the drink champs type of drunkenness, right? And by the way, side note, y'all see how horrible Nori looking? He doing, man, he look awful. Because you doing this every day. But this is a bragging type of drunkenness that it's talking about. Right. Give me Isaiah chapter 5, verse 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, at verse 11. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them, and the harp, and the viol, and the tabret, and the pipe, and the wine are in their feasts.
They're in what?
In their feasts.
They're in their feast. I want you to jump down to verse 22.
Verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink.
To do what?
To mingle strong drink.
To mingle strong drink. So it's not just the wino that's on the street that's went through some stuff. It's an attitude that comes with this that makes you a child or son of Belial. You get a couple more instances. Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 2. Verse 12.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 at verse 12. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial.
Wait a minute. How they his sons and they and the other person's son. It says that the sons of Eli were the sons of Belial. How can that be? They the priest kids. Let's read on.
Now the sons of Eli were the sons of Belial. They knew not Yahuwah. And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came, while the flesh was in seething, with the flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand. And he struck it into the pan, or the kettle, or cauldron, or pot, all the flesh hook brought up. And the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came there. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest.
For who?
For the priest.
So these are the priest and the priest's sons. Eli is the priest. Read.
For he will not have sodded flesh of you, but raw. If any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as your soul desire, then he would answer him, nay, but you shall give it to me now.
You shall do what?
You shall give it to me now.
So this is his sons speaking about sacrifices that's being brought to them. Read.
And if not, I will take it by force.
You will do what?
I will take it by force.
Wow, the priest is getting sacrifices, and if you didn't bring it and give it directly to them, they say they was going to strong arm you and take it from you. That sounds like the priestly thing to do. That's awful, right? But the priest doing this. Read on.
And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as your soul desires, then he would answer him, nay, but you shall give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force. Wherefore the sin of the young men was very great before Yahuwah.
It was what?
Very great before Yahuwah.
So this sin that they just did right before Yah says it is very great what they have done. Read.
For men abhorred the offering of Yahuwah, but Samuel ministered before Yahuwah, being a child, girded with a linen ephod. Moreover,
jump down to verse 22.
Verse 22. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel, and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door.
How they did what?
How they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle.
Wait a minute. So what is these priests doing?
They outside. Like Snyder said, they outside.
So if a pastor or priest or elder or bishop or whatever you want to call it, if he takes money and sleeps with the people, whose son would he be? This would make you fall under and be one of the sons of Belial, because this is what they just did. Read that again.
Now Eli was, verse 22. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel, and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he said unto them, why do you such things? For I hear your evil dealings by all the people. Nay, my sons, for it is not a good report that I hear. You make Yahuwah's people to transgress. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against Yahuwah,
If he do what?
if he sin against Yahuwah, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearken or listen not unto the voice of their father, because Yahuwah would slay them.
He did what?
They listen not unto the voice of their father, because Yahuwah would slay them.
But so what did Yah do to these sons? They wouldn't listen. He killed them. He has killed these men. So again, I want you to remember all of these different categories. If you do these things, you are a son of Belial. I want you to keep this in mind, because we're going through these things for a reason, to show you the actions of this. Bear false witness. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 21, verse 8.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 21 at verse 8. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters unto the elders.
This is Jezebel. Read.
Unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, dwelling in Naboth. And she wrote in the letter, saying, proclaim a fast.
Do what?
Proclaim a fast.
Wait a minute. So this false woman is proclaiming a fast. I thought fast be for good stuff, right? Well, Jezebel is proclaiming a fast. Would you like to be a part of her fast? Might as well eat swine if you take place in her fast. Read on.
Verse 9. And she wrote in the letter, saying, proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people, and set 2 men, sons of Belial.
Said who?
2 men, sons of Belial.
Would y'all think that Jezebel is a daughter of Belial? So she said it set sons of Belial up. Read on.
Set 2 men, sons of Belial, before him, to bear witness against him.
To do what?
To bear witness against him.
What does it mean to bear witness against him? This is false witness. What does Exodus 16 say? Exodus 20 and 16 say? We read it every week. It's a serious thing. Read on.
That to bear witness against him, saying, you did blaspheme Elohim and the king, and then carry him out and stone him, that he may die.
That he may what?
That he may die.
So so this false witness and lie that you tell is going to get this man murdered. So the sons of Belial involved in murders. Keep this in mind. Read on.
And carry him out and stone him, that he may die. And the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles, who were the inhabitants of his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them. And as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them, they proclaimed a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people. And there came in 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme Elohim and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones.
And they did what?
They stoned him with stones, that he died.
So to keep this in mind, how deadly this is as we go deeper into this. So sons of Belial just bear false witness and cause the man to lose his life in the worst way. Let's go new. Acts chapter 6, verse 11. Acts chapter 6, verse 11.
The book of Acts, chapter 6, at verse 11. Then they suborned men, which said, we have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against Elohim. And they stirred up the people.
This is the scribes and the Pharisees right here that it's talking about right now. This is talking about what they did to Stephen. Read.
And they stirred up the elders of the people. And they stirred up the people and the elders, and the scribes came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council and set up false witnesses.
Set up what?
False witnesses.
So automatically, who are the scribes and the Pharisees belong to? Belial, right? In the beginning, it told us that you are of Abraham, he is your father, but then he says you're not, and he says that they are of the devil, right? Mm-hmm. Who y'all think Belial really is? We're going to see. Read on.
And set up verse 13, and set up false witnesses, which said, this man caused not to speak blasphemous words against this holy place and the law, for we have heard him say that this Yeshua of Nazareth shall destroy this place and shall change the customs which Moses delivered us. And all that sat in the council, looking steadfastly on him, saw his face as it had been the face of a Malachim. Then said the high priest, are these things so? And he said, men, brethren, and fathers, listen. The Elohim of esteem appeared unto our father Abraham.
So he is in the council. These false witnesses just came upon him and says that he is blaspheming the law. He is blaspheming everything that Moses taught. They are lying on him. Let's go to Acts chapter 7 and jump down about verse 56.
The book of Acts chapter 7 and verse 56. And said, behold, I see Shamaim opened, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of Elohim. Then they cried out with a loud voice, and stopped their ears, and ran upon him with one accord, and cast him out of the city, and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at a young man's feet, whose name was Saul. And they stoned Stephen, calling upon Elohim, and saying, Master Yeshua, receive my ruach.
Do what?
Master Yeshua, receive my ruach.
Read.
And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Master, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep.
He did what?
He fell asleep.
He fell asleep. So they did the same thing over here they did to Naboth, they did to Stephen. But these are the scribes and the Pharisees and the priests who did this. And it showed that they really are the sons of Belial. Let's go to 1 Samuel 25, verse 1. Now, did Belial sleep with somebody to have these children?
No.
He didn't?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Read on. Read what you got. First Samuel 25, verse 1.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 25, at verse 1. And Samuel died, and all the Israelites were gathered together and lamented him. and buried him in his house at Ramah. And David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And there was a man of Maon whose possessions were in Carmel. And the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep.
He had what?
3,000 sheep.
So it says that this man was very great. He has 3,000 sheep. This almost sounds like what they was talking about with Job, having 3,000 sheep. That means you got what?
Got that money.
You got money, right? Keep that in mind. Read.
He had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. Now the name of the man was Nabal.
It was what?
Nabal.
Nabal. Read.
And the name of his wife was Abigail, and she was a woman of good understanding and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was churlish.
So I want y'all to notice it says, what did it say about Abigail again?
She was a woman of good understanding.
She's a woman of good understanding. What else?
And of a beautiful countenance.
Beautiful countenance. Read.
But the man was churlish.
He was churlish.
And evil.
What does churlish mean? Cruel and evil. So how was Abigail with good understanding married to Black Mike? How? What is with this? It says that she was good understanding, beautiful, but she with Black Mike. It doesn't make sense.
Black Mike had that bread. That boy had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats.
Read on.
He had that bread. You hear me?
Read. Read on.
Now the name of the, verse 4, and David heard in the wilderness that Black Mike did shear his sheep. And David sent out 10 young men, and David said unto the young men, get you up to Carmel, and go to Nabal, and greet him in my name.
Do what?
Greet him in my name. And thus shall you say to him that lives in prosperity.
Lives in what?
In prosperity.
Lives in prosperity. Read.
Peace be both to you, and peace be to your house, and peace be unto all that you have.
So I want you to see that they come in all peace and honor, right? It's no malice. It is nothing to get mad about, right? Everything is honorable and nice. Read.
Verse 7, and now I have heard that you have shearers, and now your shepherds which were with us, we hurt them not, neither was there anything missing unto them. All the while they were in Carmel. Ask your young men, and they will show you. Wherefore let the young men find favor in your eyes, for we come in a good day. Give, I pray you, whatsoever comes to your hand unto your servants, and to your son David.
Unto who?
Unto your son David.
So it's been in this journey, and they hungry, and they know that this man is a rich man, and they coming to him right. And this is the king asking this. There's no malice in any of what they asking. We just, whatever you got, let us get some, right? Read on. And it's David, the king. Read.
And Nabal answered David's servants and said, man, who is David? And who is your son Jesse? Who is the son of Jesse?
So he act like he don't know who David is. David the king, right? How you don't know him? Read.
And there be many servants nowadays that break away from every man from his master. Shall I take my bread and my water and my flesh that I've killed for my shears and give it unto men whom I know not where they be? So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those sayings. And David said unto his men, Gird gird you on every man his sword.
In the ride.
David said unto the young man, get the strap. And they girded on every man his sword. And David also girded on his sword. And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute your master, and he railed on them.
He did what?
He railed on them.
He railed on them. Read.
But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversant with them when we were in the fields. They were a wall unto us, both by night and day, all the while we were with them, keeping the sheep. Now therefore know and consider what you will do, for evil is determined against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial.
He is what?
A son of Belial.
This is another son of Belial. But this one is rich. He got all type of sheep and goats and all type of stuff. But he don't want to share with the king. So this should take your mind somewhere. It's a rich man. Nabal is a rich man, but they told us he was a churlish and an evil man.
Man in Abraham's bosom.
The man in where?
In Abraham's bosom.
The man in Abraham's bosom. So how was the rich man in Abraham's bosom? Or on the other side? He was in what? He was in torment. So here, this man don't want to help. He don't want to do this, and they say he is such a son of Belial. Read on.
Then he is such a son of Belial that a man cannot speak to him.
You can what? Can he do what?
Cannot speak to him.
You can't even talk to this dude,
can't
bro.
tell him
You
nothing.
can't tell him nothing. This is the son of Belial that you can't tell him nothing. Read.
Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on donkeys. And she said unto her servants, go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. And it was so, as she rode on the donkey, that she came down by the covert of the hill. And behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. Now David said, surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow have in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him. And he have required me evil for good. Requited me evil for good. So, and more also did Elohim unto the enemies of David, if I leave of all that pertains to him by the morning light, any that pisses against the wall. And when Abigail saw David, she hastened and lighted off her donkey, and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and fell at his feet, and said, upon me, my master, upon me let this iniquity be, and let your handmaid, I pray you, speak in your audience.
What verse you at?
24.
So we can see that his wife is doing a great thing to save his life. She is a good helpmeet right here. She is doing something honorable that would save his life. But he wouldn't be able to receive this. Jump down to verse 35.
Verse 35. So David received of her hand that which she had brought him, and said unto her, Go up in peace to your house. See, I have listened to your voice and have accepted your person. And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house.
He held a what?
A feast in his house.
Read.
Like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry with him.
There you go to drunkenness again. Read.
For he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light. But it came to pass that in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him of these things, that his heart died within him.
It did what?
Died within him.
Wow, she told him what she did, and it says his heart died within him. Read.
And he became as a stone. And it came to pass about 10 days after that Yahuwah smote Nabal.
Who killed him?
Yahuwah smote Nabal, that he died.
That he what?
That he died.
So he just killed another son of Belial. All right? So we can get to the gist. Let's get Psalms 18, verse 4.
The book of Psalms, chapter 18 and verse 4. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of the ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon Yahuwah.
So right here it says the sorrows of death, this is the actual death, have compassed me round about. And it says, ungodly men made me afraid. The actual thing here is Belial. So it says, ungodly men, which is Belial, have made me afraid. And it says the sorrows of hell. This is Sheol. So it's connecting Belial to the underworld here. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. Right? Keep this in mind. It just links these two things together with the rich man and the wicked, and the righteous man, or Lazarus. So keep this in mind. Belial. Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 6. Pick it up at verse 14.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, at verse 14. Be you not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
With what?
With unbelievers.
So they're about to give us a contrast between two things. It says, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Read.
For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness?
So he's giving you the contrast. Righteousness with unrighteousness. Read.
And what communion have light with darkness?
Light and darkness. At the beginning of the book, he separated the light from the darkness. They don't go together, right? So when you are light, darkness naturally cannot be around you, right? This is what it's telling us right here, or they shouldn't go together. Read.
And what concord have Mashiach with Belial?
Wait a minute. Read that one more time.
And what concord hath Mashiach with Belial?
And what connection do Mashiach have with Belial? Who is Belial?
The wicked one. The wicked one.
It's the devil. All these people in these categories with these abominable things, all are his children. So he's showing you this right here to show you the contrast between the two. Read from where you was at.
And what concord hath Mashiach with Belial? Or what part hath he that believes with an infidel? And what agreement hath the temple of Elohim with idols? For you are the temple of the living Elohim. As Elohim have said, I will dwell in them.
I will do what?
I will dwell in them.
I will dwell in them. I want y'all to remember this. It says, I will dwell in them. You are the temple. I want to dwell in you. Since you are the temple, keep this in mind. So he's showing you all the contrast, that these things don't supposed to be. Light and darkness don't mix. Truth and lies don't mix. They don't supposed to go together. That's Babylonian. Two things that don't go together. That's what this is. He's telling you don't do this. Let's get 2 Kings 23 and verse 1. Matter of fact, let's get Matthew 5:22 first.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 at verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause.
Without what?
Without cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in the danger of the council.
Hold on. Read that name again.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, you fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother hath anything against you, leave there your gift before the altar, and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift.
So right here it says, and if you say, thou fool, you shall be in danger of hell's fire. Now this is not the Hades or Sheol here. This is a whole different word. This is Gehenna. Anybody familiar with Gehenna? What you know about Gehenna? Are you familiar with Gehenna? Okay. What comes to mind when you hear Gehenna? She said, Mom, help. Yeah, you're in the right path. So it says, hell is the place of future punishment called Gehenna or fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth, really listen at this, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned. A fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. So it was a valley called Hinnom. So where everything that was putrid and nasty and foul, trash type of things were here and thrown out here. All right? Just remember what we call this, right? What we talked about in the first beginning. What do you do with trash? All right? Let's get 2 Kings 23 and verse 1.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 23, at verse 1.
And it tells you that this is a deep gorge. Anybody know what a gorge is? It's a deep valley with high walls on each side of it. Sometimes it have water running in between it. So it's a deep gorge with really, really high walls on both sides. So to keep this in mind, read.
2 Kings chapter 23 at verse 1. And the king sent and gathered unto him all the elders of Judah and of Jerusalem. And the king went up into the house of Elohim, to the house of Yahuwah, and all the men of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with him, and the priests and the prophets and all the people, both small and great. And he read in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant, which was found in the house of Yahuwah. And the king stood by a pillar and made a covenant before Yahuwah to walk after Yahuwah and to keep his commandment and his testimonies and his statutes with all their heart and with all their soul, to perform the words of this covenant that were written in this book. And all the people stood to the covenant. And the king commanded Hilkiah, the high priest, and the priests of the second order, and the keepers of the door, to bring forth out of the temple of Yahuwah all the vessels that were made for Baal.
That were made for who?
For Baal.
For Baal. So all these vessels were made for Baal. Who is Baal? It's another name for the same person. Read on.
For the grove and for all the host of Shamaim. And he burned them.
He did what?
He burned them.
He burned them. Again, what do you do with trash? You burn it. I want you to keep this in mind. Read.
And he burned them without Jerusalem in the fields of Kidron, and carried the ashes of them unto Bethel. And he put down the idolatrous priests whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah and in the places round about Jerusalem, them also that burn incense unto Baal, to the sun and to the moon and to the planets and to all the hosts of Shamaim. And he brought out of the grove from the house of Yahuwah without Jerusalem unto the brook of Kidron, and burned it at the brook of Kidron, and stamped it small to powder, and cast the powder thereof upon the graves of the children of the people. And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
He did what?
He brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
Read.
That were by the house of Yahuwah, where the women wove hangings for the grove. And he brought all the priests out of the cities of Judah, and defiled the high places where the priests had burned incense, from Geba to Beersheba.
From where?
From Geba to Beersheba, and break down the high places at the gates that were in the entering in the gate of Joshua, the governor of the city, which were on the man's left at the gate of the city. Nevertheless, the priests of the high places came not up to the altar of Yahuwah in Jerusalem, but they did eat the unleavened bread among their brethren. And he defiled Tophet.
He did what?
Defiled Tophet.
So it says he defiled Tophet. What is Tophet? Anybody familiar with Tophet? Yep. So Tophet, it is the same as 86111 Topeth, a place near Jerusalem, and it is a place of fire. So Topeth is a place of fire. So to keep this in mind, they brought out all the filthy stuff in this place, and it says that they defiled Topeth. How do you defile the place of fire that burned this nasty, disgusting stuff? What made it defiled? Because it's on fire anyway. So what is making it defiled?
Put the fire out.
Let's see. We're going to figure it out in a second. So it's a deep gorge. Let's get Isaiah chapter 30, verse 33.
The book of Isaiah chapter 30 at verse 33. For Tophet is ordained of old.
It is what?
Ordained of old.
Read.
Yeah, for the king it is prepared. He hath made it deep and large.
He made it what?
Deep and large.
Read.
The pile thereof is fire and much wood.
And much what?
And much wood.
Read.
And the breath of Yahuwah, like a stream of brimstone, does kindle it.
It do what?
Does kindle it.
It does kindle it. So right here he says that this place, Tophet, was ordained for the king. What king is it talking about? It's talking about Satan, that this was made directly for him. According to the New Testament, it says that it was made for Satan and his angels. So the lake of fire or hell or Gehenna was not intended for man. They were not supposed to go to this place. But what happened to make you end up going to this place? What changed? So it's something that Yah requires for sin. What do Yah require for sin? Sacrifice. But to sacrifice what? Right. This is what he required for a sacrifice. But how did the animal have to be? Without blemish, right? So that's what Yah required. But it's other gods that was over the other nations. What did they require? Let's go. Exodus chapter 23. Babies. What have babies done?
Nothing.
So what type of beings are they?
Blameless.
Pure, blameless, without blemish. And they are innocent. Exodus 23 and 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 7. Keep you far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay you not.
Do what to them?
Slay you not.
Don't slay them. It says the innocent and the righteous, slay them not. Children, don't do this. Matthew 18, verse 1.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 1. At the same time came the disciples unto Yeshua, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of Shamayim? And Yeshua called a little child unto him.
He called what?
A little child unto him.
Read.
And set him in the midst of them, and said, Truly I say unto you, except you be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of Shamayim. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of Shamayim. And who shall receive one such a little child in my name receives me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones.
Shall do what?
One shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
That he was what?
Drowned in the depth of the sea.
So he says, it is better and to harm one of these little children, it will be better for you to hang a millstone on your neck and drown yourself to mess with one of my little ones, especially the little ones that believe in me, because they are innocent. So anybody that can harm a child, what does that make them? Children of Belial. Because there's got to be something wrong with you. So we're going to keep this in mind. 2 Kings 23, verse 10 again. And I want you to know again, this is not a one-time thing that you did something. This is a behavior that continues. This is your reputation. So the son of Belial or the daughters of Belial, they have a reputation. They say, who is that? You talking about Larry? Which one? Oh, that's Lion Larry. Because that's your reputation has put that to you. When you're talking about whatever it be, and the person got the name attached to it, it showed that this is a reputation. This is something that you do all the time. It's not a one-off. Read.
2 Kings 23 and 10. And he defiled Tophet, which is in the valley of the children of Hinnom, that no man might make his son or daughter to pass through the fire of Molech.
But make them do what?
That should make them pass through the fire of Molech.
No man should make his son or his daughter pass through the fire of what?
Of Molech.
Read.
And he took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the son at the entering of at the entering in of the house of Yahuwah by the chamber of Nathan Melech.
So it says to make your sons or your daughters pass through the fire of Molech. So when you keep going into this word, Topeth, I'm going to do it. It's a place of fire. The next one is as 86:11. It says act of spitting, and you keep going into it, and it says drums. A place or sound of drums. So when they were sacrificing their innocent babies, what do you think they were doing? In order to drown out the sound of their screaming babies, what do you think they were doing? They were beating the drums. The drums would, quote unquote, drown out the sound of the babies screaming, because they were burning the children alive. They burned their children alive. This is how bad these people were and are still to this day. So Topeth is a place of fire. It is in the valley of Hinnom or Gehenna. Read. I think you were about verse
11. I didn't finish verse 11. And he took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the son at the entering of the house of Yahuwah by the chamber of Nathan Melech, the chamberlain, which was in the suburbs, and burned the chariots of the sun with fire, and the altars that were on top of the upper chamber of Ahaz, which the kings of Judah had made, and the altars which Manasseh had made in the two courts of the house of Yahuwah, did the king beat down and break them down from there, and cast dust on them, and cast the dust of them into the brook of Kidron, and the high places that were before Jerusalem, which were on the right hand of the mount of corruption, which Solomon the king.
The mount of what?
The mount of corruption, which Solomon the king of Israel had builded.
Had did what?
Had builded.
So Solomon is the one that brought in the child sacrificing into the land. It says the mount of corruption which Solomon had built. Solomon directly built houses to these gods on Yah's holy mountain. He is the one that introduced this filthiness into our people. But we're going to see it's been there. It's been there. Let's get Genesis chapter 22, verse 1.
The book of Genesis chapter 22 at verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that Elohim did tempt Abraham.
Did what?
He did tempt Abraham.
Read.
And said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and get you into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering.
For what?
For a burnt offering.
Read.
Upon one of the mountains.
So why would Yah ask Abraham to do this? Why would he pose this test to Abraham to do this? Where did Abraham come from? What was Abraham's dad?
Idolater.
He was an idolater. So they were around this. So he's saying, you've been around this thing before. They've been sacrificing their children to the other gods. Will you do that for me? Right? But he don't really want that. Right?
No.
Yah says, I don't want you to sacrifice your children to me. I will sacrifice my son for you. See the big difference? It's a real, real big difference of what these other quote-unquote gods were doing. They were sacrificing innocent children to get their will accomplished. This gave them great power that they burned these children alive. Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 30.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 7 at verse 30. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, saith Yahuwah. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to pollute it. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom.
A valley where?
Of the son of Hinnom.
So they built high places in Tophet, the same where all of this burning was taking place. They done now set up, quote unquote, churches and temples around it. How wicked. They done set up temples around the place of fire where all of this baby burning was taking place at. What verse you at?
Still same verse.
Read.
They have builded high places in Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons.
To do what?
To burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not.
Which I what?
Which I commanded them not. Neither came it into my heart.
This is never even come into my mind to burn the sons and the daughters. I don't do that. I give my son for you. I don't want you to give your children for me. That's backwards. But the other gods required this, the burning of the children. So some say that this stuff is going to be temporary. I don't know. Say the people going to burn up. I don't know. Let's get Mark chapter 3, verse 25. Remember, in Corinthians, he says, I want to dwell in you. You are my temple. I want to dwell within you.
25. The book of Mark, chapter 3, at verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. Truly I say unto you, all sins shall be forgiven.
All what?
All sins shall be forgiven.
Read.
Unto the sons of men, and blasphemies wherewithsoever they shall blaspheme. But he that shall blaspheme against the Ruach HaKodesh shall never have forgiveness.
It shall what?
Shall never have forgiveness.
So if you blaspheme the Ruach, you'll never get forgiveness. Read.
But is in danger of eternal damnation.
And of what?
Of eternal damnation.
What does eternal damnation mean? So people keep saying that it's only for a while, and eventually they burn up and go away. But what did that say?
Eternal.
It says they're going to be in danger of eternal damnation. I don't know. So remember, the thing is, all the people from the very beginning wants to be independent of Yah. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I don't want to be under you. We want to be independent. We want to go to the other gods because they allow us to be who we really want to be. In order to serve Yah, you got to have a standard. So they've been trying to get away from Yah the whole time. Isaiah 66 and verse 1. So remember, he has built and created everything. But his goal is to dwell within you and with you.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 1. Thus says Yahuwah, Shamayim is my throne, and the earth my footstool. Where is the house that you build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? For all those things have my hand made.
All what?
All those things have my hand made.
All those things that we speaking of, my hand have made them. Jump down to verse 23.
Verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says Yahuwah. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me.
That have done what?
That have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die.
The what shall not die?
Their worm shall not die.
It says their worm shall not die. Why don't the worm die? But that ain't the fire. This is the worm. Read that again.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched.
Neither shall what?
Their fire be quenched.
Neither shall their fire be quenched. The worm never dies, and the fire is never quenched. What does it mean that the fire is never quenched? And the worm never dies. It never stops. Just like that burning bush. It was on fire, but it didn't what? It didn't burn. Mark chapter 9. We almost there. 43. Mark chapter 9, 43. So remember all them categories of Belial, right? I hope y'all remember. Go back and watch if you don't. Mark chapter 9, verse 43.
The book of Mark, chapter 9, at verse 43. And they were all amazed at the mighty power of Elohim. But while they wondered, every one at all things which Yeshua did, he said unto his disciples. They still listen.
They still listen.
They
Got
still
them
listen.
again.
Make sure.
Got them again.
Thought y'all. The book of Mark, chapter 9, at verse 43. And if your hand offend you, cut it off.
Do what to it?
If your hand offend you, cut it off.
So he says, if your hand offends you, cut it off. What does that mean? If your hand offend you, cut it off. If it offends, get rid of it. Read.
It is better for you to enter into life.
Into where?
Into life.
Into life. Read.
Maimed than having two hands to go to hell.
So this life right here is actually talking about Sheol. So it's better to enter into Sheol with two good hands than to do this or whatever it takes. Read.
For if your hand offend you, cut it off. It is better for you to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell, into fire that never shall be quenched.
Into fire what?
That never shall be quenched.
Read.
Where their worm dies not.
Where the worm do what?
Dies not.
Why again, don't the worm ever die? Because it's got food forever. As long as you there, it is eating, but it tells you it never dies. Because even though you are in there and it's eating you, you still there. Let that sink in. Read on.
And the fire is not quenched. And if your foot offend you, cut it off.
Do what to it?
Cut it off.
If your foot offends you, cut it off. Read.
It is better for you to halt into life than having 2 feet and be cast into hell.
Into where?
Into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched, where their worm dies not.
Where their what?
Dies not.
Where their worms dieth not. So let's understand what he just said. He mentioned about the foot and the hand. If they offend you, it's better to chop them off, to cut them off. Hold that. Get Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, at verse 16. These 6 things does Yahuwah hate.
Does he hate what?
These 6 things does Yahuwah hate.
Read.
Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him.
All of these things that he about to mention are abominations. Read.
A proud look.
What is it?
A proud look.
A proud look. Nabal had the proud look. Read.
A lying tongue.
What kind of tongue?
A lying tongue.
That was the false witnesses that came, and they were considered what? The children of who?
Belial.
Of Belial. Read.
And hands that shed innocent blood.
What the hands do?
Shed innocent blood.
When they throwing babies into the fire, what were those babies?
Innocent.
Innocent. This is innocent blood that you're doing. Read.
A heart that devises wicked imaginations.
What did Jezebel do when she came up with the plan? A wicked plan. All these things are an abomination. Read.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief.
He said, if your feet offend you, what should you do to it?
Chop it off.
You should cut it off right here. It's all in here. All these things are an abomination. The children of Belial are guilty of all of these things. Read.
A false witness.
What kind of witness?
A false witness.
Read.
That speaks lies. And he that sows discord.
That do what?
That sows discord.
So again, we want you to really, really think about that. This is a deadly thing. If you sow discord and you cause a rift between people, according to this, what is this? This is an abomination. What happens to abominations? thrown into the fire. You've proven yourself to be garbage. This is what you are showing that you are worthy of. Let's go back. Mark chapter 9, 46.
Mark 9 and 46. Where their worm dies not, and the fire is not quenched, and if your eye offend you, pluck it out. It is better for you to enter into the kingdom of Shamayim with one eye than having two eyes and be cast into hellfire, where their worm dies not.
Where what?
Their worm dies not, and the fire is not quenched. For every one shall be salted with fire.
Shall be what?
Salted with fire.
So everybody's going to be salted with fire. So let's go back to the law in Leviticus 2:13, where it's talking about salting of the offering. So salt does one or two things. It preserves or it destroys. If you snow, the salt will destroy you, or it will preserve. So down south, they used to preserve meat with salt. So this is what he's talking about right here. So we're going to see, they asked me last time about it not making sense for you to be in fire and then be thrown into another fire, right? I'm going to show you the difference, or why this is different. Let's get Matthew chapter 10, verse 28.
The book of Matthew chapter 10 at verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body.
Both what?
Both soul and body.
What's in Sheol right now?
Soul.
The soul. What's going to be in the lake of fire? Both. The whole of you is going to be put back together at that resurrection. All things are going to come back together. The soul and the spirit and the thing which makes you you, all are going to be in there. Mashiach says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. This is how the worm never dies, because it's devouring the flesh that's in there. Revelation chapter 2, verse 20.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 at verse 20. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against you, because you suffered that woman Jezebel.
You suffer who?
That woman Jezebel, which called herself a prophetess,
Read.
to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication, to eat things sacrificed unto idols. And I gave her space. And I gave her space.
I did what?
I gave her space.
To do what?
And I gave her space to repent.
So as bad as Jezebel was and the spirit is, he says, I gave her space to do what?
To repent.
To repent. So as bad as you might be, we know King Manasseh. If you know the story of King Manasseh, he was one of the absolute worst people that has ever lived on Yah's earth. And he repented of what he did. He sacrificed children, made false gods, the whole nine. So if you thinking, oh my God, I'm the worst, you ain't worse as Manasseh was. Go read about him. You might think you bad and you want to brag on, go read about Manasseh. You weren't that bad. And he repented. So it's showing you that you can repent and stop being a son of Belial. But it's up to you. But we know that these people won't repent. Read where you was left at from it.
Verse 21. And I gave her space to repent of her fornication and she repented not.
And she did what?
Repented not.
That's the whole thing. You won't repent because you still trying to get away from him. Remember, the thing is to get away from him. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I don't like his standards. When we don't like our parents' standards in the house, we do what? You move, you get away. I don't want to be here no more because I want to do what I want to do, right? If I want to walk around my house, as y'all would say, yeah, read on.
Behold, I will cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent.
Except they do what?
Except they repent of their deeds. And I will kill her children with death.
I'm going to kill them with what?
I'm going to kill them with death.
I'm going to make sure you dead. That's the second death. Read.
And all the churches shall know that I am he.
I am who?
I am he.
That I am he. Read.
That searches the reins of the heart and hearts, and I will give unto every one of you according to your works.
According to what?
According to your works.
Because you reap what you
sow.
According to your works. Revelation 14, verse 8.
Revelation 14 and 8.
One more after this.
And there followed another Malak, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third Malak followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast.
If any man do what?
If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture.
Which is what?
Poured out without mixture.
Read.
Into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the set apart Malachim, and in his presence of
where?
And in the presence of the Lamb.
I thought you wanted to get away from him, but you still right there in the presence of him while you are in torment, burning up. Does anybody know anything about brimstone?
Hell?
What else you know about them? What else you know about it? Brimstone. It's highly, highly flammable. From everybody that talks about it talks about the foul odor that it has. They said it smells like rotten eggs. Yeah. So it's not only it's everything about you, it's getting you, it's in your senses, everything, it's messing up everything. So not only you on fire, it's the awful smell, it's the awful stench that's there. Read verse 14 again.
Verse 14.
Revelation 14, verse 14.
Okay. Revelation 14:14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man.
Matter of fact, 12 again. Revelation 14:12.
Revelation 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Elohim and the faith of Yeshua. Yeah, I was at 10.
All right, read.
Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever.
How long?
Forever and ever.
Read.
And they have no rest day nor night.
They have what?
No rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints.
So it says, if you receive the mark of the beast, you have no rest day or night. And it says the smoke ascends up forever and ever. They'll say that this means this just an age. But in Mark, it told us directly, it says, what type of damnation?
Eternal.
It said eternal damnation. So the torment goes up forever and ever. So it is, hell is not one size fit all. It is not the same for everybody. I'm going to try to really, really get that. Let's see. Mark chapter 6, verse 11.
The book of Mark, chapter 6, at verse 11. And whosoever shall not receive you nor hear you when you depart from here, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Truly I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment.
In the day of what?
In the day of judgment.
So it says that these people, it's going to be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah than for this city. It's some cities that he went to directly and did miracles directly in front of them. They witnessed everything that he was doing, and he's saying that as bad as Sodom and Gomorrah's judgment, which they already got, and the one that's at the judgment, he says that it's going to be worse for you, which is showing you it's different levels to it. So we can't really wrap our mind around this fire is 300 degrees and this fire is 10,000 degrees. It's a difference because he's showing you this. One final thing that's going to be actually happening in there as well. Let's go back to Isaiah 66 and pick it up at verse 4. Pick it up at verse 3. Last one.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, at verse 3. He that kills an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificed a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck. And he that offers an oblation, as if he offered swine's blood. He that burns incense, as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways.
They did what?
Have chosen their own ways.
Read.
And their soul delights in their abominations. I also will choose their delusions.
I will do what?
Choose their delusions.
I will choose their delusions. Read.
And will bring their fears upon them.
I will bring what?
Their fears upon them.
So whatever it is that you fear is also going to be there. A lot of people are scared of snakes, right? It'll be there. A lot of women are afraid of spiders, right? It'll be there. Whatever it is that you fear, it's there as well. So Sheol is like a picnic compared to the lake of fire. It's like a picnic compared to it. So if you found yourself in your life right now and you think that you are a son of Belial, what should you be doing? Because if you are the children of Belial, the garbage man is on the way. And guess what he's going to do to you? Taking the trash out and putting you where you belong. And with that, this court is adjourned.
Questions, comments, concerns? You love it? You like it? You want more of it? You want more of it? Teach the cleanup man next week? Any questions? No? Any questions on the chat?
Nate, they said no questions. You got something, Nate?
Nothing to report.
We gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, pray out, pray out. We gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, we gon' pray, pray out, pray out.
We got one question. We got one question. Yeah, it's why did Solomon do all these things in y'all land? I don't know what.
Say it again.
Why did Solomon do all those things in y'all land?
As he started messing with them women of them other nations, and they pulled his heart away.
He broke everything that was ordered directly for a king. He broke everything that was directly ordained for the kings. In Deuteronomy 17, it told them not to multiply horses, don't multiply silver and gold, and don't multiply wives. So he didn't allow them. He chose to do these things. Because we all got free will to do things.
All minds clear? Our beloved Father, we give you praise today and thanks. We thank you for your goodness, your faithfulness. We thank you for your love. We continue to pray for those who are sick, those who are going through whatever it might be. Father, we thank you for your word today. Help us to continue to change our ways, Father, and so that we can see your face in peace. Father, we want to just to love one another and to walk uprightly before you. Father, we ask you to protect our children, our homes, keep us safe as we go to and fro, Father, and bring us back at the appointed time that we can sing praises and lift up your name in truth and sincerity, Father. All these things we give thanks and praise to the name and authority of Yahushua HaMashiach. So be it.
Our Father,
Father,
who art in Shamayim,
who art in Shammai,
hallowed be your name.
hallowed be thy name.
Your kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
your will be done in earth as it is in Shamayim. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the esteem forever. So be it. Hallelujah.